Guess what, folks? I finally reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yes, I actually managed to pull it off. Thank you. Now, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey, hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Hey, what's up with it, fam? It's Hot Boxing Minute, your favorite pharmaceutical engineer turned boxing analyst, back at you with the realness as only I can bring it to you. And you know we got to talk about Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and his fight with Dillian Whyte. What an amazing event. Yo, I got to give it up. I got to give it up to your boy Frank Warren out there across the pond. Frank Warren put on an amazing, amazing show. That was a huge fight out there at Wembley Stadium. I believe they said it was supposed to be 94,000. I didn't get an exact count during the program of how many people were at that exact event. But y'all, they are packing 94,000 people at Wembley Stadium for this fight. Before that, last week, we had Errol Spence fighting Yordanis Ugas out there at AT&T Stadium in Texas in front of 40,000 fans. Before that, Triple G fought Ryota Murata in that middleweight unification fight out there in Saitama Stadium in Tokyo in front of an estimated 37,000 fans. And they say boxing is dead, y'all. They really got the nerve to say boxing is dead. It's clearly doing just fine. Anyways, y'all, I want to talk about Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and what he did to Dillian Whyte. First off, let's talk about Tyson Fury's end. The undercards. First things first, those undercards were horrible. I can't even really mention any of the names I saw except for Tyson Fury's little nephew or his little half-brother. But horrible, horrible undercards. But that's to be expected when they pay the fighters $41 million. $41 million, if not some more in bonuses for winning this fight. Well, actually, no. The purse bid was $41 million. They split it, I believe, 75-25 or something to that effect. I don't really remember the exact split, but I know that the base was Tyson Fury getting paid $29.4 million. I believe that Dillian Whyte got paid something around $7.4 million or something like that. And then they took the deposit, which was 10% of that $41 million or something like that, or 20%. It was like $7 million. I don't believe that. Do I have it pulled up here, actually? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, it was an 80-20 split in favor of the Gypsy King. So $29.5 million for Fury, $4.1 million bonus, and it was $7.4 million for Dillian Whyte just for stepping in the ring. So obviously Tyson Fury got the win. It was 29.5 plus 4.1. You're looking at almost a $35 million payday for the Gypsy King. Let's talk about the fight itself. Oh, the ring walk was awesome, by the way. If y'all didn't pay attention to that ring walk, he came in all super majestic, doing the typical Tyson Fury regalia coming down the ring. There must have been like 5 different songs. I don't know. I heard Kings de Leon. I heard Biggie Smalls' Juicy. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Amazing stuff. And then Tyson Fury did that weird sprint. He seized the moment. It was like Roman gladiators in the Colosseum type epic sweeping scene just to begin the fight. And, you know, Dillian Whyte did come into the press conference or the weigh-ins. The final face-off before the fight in his black Air Force Ones, but to no avail. The Gypsy King Tyson Fury was not having it. They got the first, I believe it was 5 rounds. Tyson Fury pretty much won on all the cards in those first 5 rounds. The interesting part about it was Dillian Whyte actually came in his southpaw stance, and maybe that was in response to Tyson Fury posting those videos and clips of him hitting the pads and hitting the mitts in a southpaw position. I'm not really sure why you would even want to try to test the Gypsy King in a southpaw position if that's not your natural stance. Either way, it didn't really help him much. Dillian Whyte was finding some success going towards the body. He was throwing elbows, trying to make it ugly, but he just really had no answers for Tyson Fury's craft and Tyson Fury's reach. And then came that 6th round, folks. Then came that 6th round. Tyson Fury dropped that uppercut. The same kind of uppercut that Alexander Povetkin threw, the same kind of uppercut that Anthony Joshua threw was the same one that Tyson Fury threw that ended up putting Dillian Whyte down. And that was it, you guys. It was a knockout. The Gypsy King in the 6th round took out Dillian Whyte, who was the mandatory challenger according to the WBC. He had the interim belt or something or what have you. And he had been waiting. They had been pushing it as something that took 1,400 days or some other marketing nonsense. But then there was the mystery of what happened when he got knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, because that should have reset the clock as far as who was the mandatory for the WBC. Anyways, the long and the short of it is, the fight happened. It was magnificent. So what's next for Dillian Whyte? Dillian Whyte did catch an L. That's only his third loss. He's lost to Anthony Joshua, Alexander Povetkin, and now Tyson Fury. But he has one of the best resumes in the game. He's fought guys like David Price. He's fought guys like Parker. He's fought guys like Derek Chisora. He's fought guys like Robert Helenius. Hold on, let me look up the names actually, because I'm fumbling the names right now, and I don't want to do Dillian Whyte an injustice. Okay, so I'm scrolling. Hold on, I got it open right here. Okay, so where does Dillian Whyte go from here? His third knockout via uppercut. He'll probably have to work with that in his camp, but he has one of the best resumes considering he's not a championship fighter or hasn't won a belt at the heavyweight division. He's knocked out David Price. He's beat Robert Helenius. He's beat Derek Delboy Chisora. He beat Joseph Parker, Medius Watch, Oscar Rivas. So does Dillian Whyte still have a salvageable career after this loss to Tyson Fury? I think so. Who does he fight next? I'm not sure. In the comments section, y'all, you tell me what Dillian Whyte does next. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, Tyson Fury, what does Tyson Fury do next? He was talking about retirement. He was very adamant at the press conference afterwards, and even in the post-fight speech, he's talking about retirement. But he did bring in the UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou, the knockout machine, and it's very interesting. What is Tyson Fury going to do next? There's a bunch of different possibilities as far as what Tyson Fury does next. So what do you think Tyson Fury does next? Does he fight Francis Ngannou? Does he do a bunch of exhibitions and collect those easy paychecks like Money May? Does he continue fighting and fight the winner of the Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk title unification fight? Actually, that's not even a unification fight. That's Anthony Joshua trying to get that get back in the contract that he signed where he lost to Alexander Usyk. You tell me what's next for Tyson Fury. I really don't honestly believe that Tyson Fury is going to take his money and run off into the wind and never come back to boxing again. I would easily estimate that there has to be somewhere between 50 million to 75 million at least on the table as far as professional heavyweight fights for Tyson Fury in the future, should he decide not to stay retired. Do you really believe that Tyson Fury steps away from all that money? You tell me. I wouldn't walk away from that kind of money. That's the same question you want to ask about what's going on with his former arch rival, the former WBC champion, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is easily competitive with anybody else in the heavyweight division, if not capable of beating everybody, save maybe an Alexander Usyk. But in all honesty, I think anybody who gets touched by Deontay Wilder in the right way with that right hand can easily go down. Tyson Fury has proven to be an elusive, hard-to-hit target, but Deontay Wilder got the mark in all three fights, and there's no reason to believe he wouldn't be able to connect with those. So they're all in a very interesting place. The heavyweight division is kind of in flux, a baby flux. Even though the old guard is changing, you know, Anthony Joshua's getting up there in his 30s. You got Tyson Fury, who's also in his 30s. You know, you got all these guys who are sort of coming out of the game, and we're trying to see if a new guard comes in. You got names like Jared Anderson, and you know, you got what's his name? Who's the big guy from Britain that was knocking everyone out? All these names are escaping me. Tony Yoka from France. You got Stephen Jabari Shaw from the USA. I'm trying to forget. Danny Dubois. You know, but are these guys going to be big enough to fill the shoes left by Anthony Joshua, by, you know, Alexander Usyk, by Tyson Fury? Even though I think Alexander Usyk still has some years left in the game. I don't know. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Anyways, folks, what did you think about Tyson Fury's performance? Do you see any room for improvement? Can he even improve? He started off as a person that we all perceived as a highly technical pitter-patter boxer. It seems under the tutelage of Sugar Hill, Tyson Fury is now a knockout machine. I don't know how that happened, but you got to figure a guy that's 6'9" and 268 pounds should probably be able to knock people out if he properly puts his weight into his punches, which he's clearly doing. Does Tyson Fury have a higher ceiling that we haven't yet already seen? You tell me. Anyways, folks, that's as far as I'm going to go on this video here. Thank you for keeping up. If you've been paying attention this far, hit follow if you haven't already done so. Don't forget to leave a comment, y'all. Y'all know the deal. Next goal, 2,000. This is Hot Boxing Minute, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Till the next time.